Hey Flosstube, this is Amy. Thank you for coming back to hang out with me. I'm so excited to talk to you today about some cross stitch. Hope you guys are having a great stitching week. For those of you that are here for the first time, this is a channel all about cross stitch. I have been stitching away this month. I've been so excited to get some new things done, and I'm excited to share them with you. I worked really hard getting a lot of new starts for Mania, and then I decided that I would go ahead and try to revisit each of those in June and basically repeat my Mania. It was a really good plan, but I failed. I failed miserably at it. At the very first of Mania, I worked on Shores of Hot Ground Hollow. Sorry. We do have company today. Got the dogs walking around, so they're having fun chasing birds and butterflies and all that good stuff. Shores of Hot Ground Hollow. I used this as one of my Mania pieces, and starting, I just used a block. So like I'd finished block 1, so on May 2nd I did block 2, May 3rd block 3, and so on. So I ended up with the, let's see, 12 blocks I guess, doing through the 12th of May. And then I was going to go back and revisit these and then go ahead with the rest of my Mania pieces. However, I just got fixated on the Shores of Hot Ground Hollow and didn't do anything else. So I did finish block 2. Try to get something behind it. Block 2 is finished. And this was not all done on the 2nd of June. I ended up just working on these pieces and parts throughout the month. So don't really have a time frame that I could share with you, but I stitched a lot. Block 3, I still have the fill-in of the house and the water, but I figured I could save that for, camping or something. Block 4 is totally finished. Block 5, I have the grass and then the roof that I need to fill in. And I think that's about all for that one. Very pretty block. I totally finished block 6 and 7. Those are the combined ones for the middle, the big ship in the middle. That's finished. And then block 8. I've spent a lot of time on block 8 this week. So in the original pattern, Jacob Pomeroy is the man that is being memorialized, and it's back in the 1700s, which actually fits all these motifs in this pattern. However, I thought it might be really nice to do something a little more personal, and I pulled out a family member. So mine says, in memory of my great uncle. He died during World War II at sea. He was in the Navy and yeah. So I wanted to do something special for him. So I've got his name on there in the day that he was lost. So I thought that was kind of special. Block 9. I'm working on right now, the blocks. Block 8, I do have a lot of fill-in work that I thought I could do later, mindless fill-in. I haven't worked much on these last 3 blocks since Mania, but it's been fun getting a lot of the other blocks filled in. So I'm making great progress on this. I love it. It's different than anything I've ever stitched, and I really like the way it's turning out. So this was my June, Shores of Hot Ground Hollow. I really didn't do much else. It was funny when I was pulling out my patterns, in my project bags, I saw my other Mania starts. I was like, oh, I miss you, and I miss you, and I miss you. But I've also enjoyed working on this piece. And that's what I'll go ahead and finish out June with, is my Shores of Hot Ground Hollow. What I did work on and finished I did a lot of fabric dyeing. I had a bunch of Aida, big old pieces of Aida that were on rolls in my closet, and I was trying to organize my craft room a little bit. And I pulled out the Rit dye. I believe this was Eggplant. Turned out really pretty. That's a small piece of that one. This next one was a great big piece that I had all different iterations on before I decided on what I wanted. At first I was going to try to do a red, white, and blue. My blue wasn't as blue as I liked, and my red wasn't as bright as I liked. And so it went through a lot of changes, and now it's like a purple and a black. I just went totally different on the dye. There are some places of it where if you don't mix your salt in all the way, it makes spots, which I wanted on this piece. So I really like the way it turned out. So depending on what I'm working on, I can choose different spots of this huge piece of fabric. So that was fun. This is another brighter purple. I think it turned out really fun. And I like that also when you wash Aida, it makes it softer. So this is probably my favorite right here. This was some blues and grays that I used on this one. And then the last one was pretty much solid. I had done another piece this color for my Let's Stay Home from Hello from Liz Matthews. And I liked that fabric so much that I made some more because I gave those two pieces away to my daughters. So I made some more of this bright kind of a coral color. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I've also, you guys know I ordered fabric from XG Designs, and I ordered it back in April, and I still don't have it. So right now it's stuck in Chicago, and it's been in Chicago since the beginning of June, and I'm not sure how to track it or question or contact them. So it's stuck in Chicago, so maybe it'll work the way down to where I am, but still waiting on my XG fabric. So after 2 months, I'm hoping that I get it. So I will share that with you as soon as I do. My Victorian Motto Club, I still don't have my shipment for this month. A label's been created, but it has not been shipped yet. I know that she's been overwhelmed with new orders, plus being able to only ship out 75 packages a day. I don't have my fabric or my floss from Victorian Motto for the month of June yet. So I'm trying to be patient and wait. Nothing else I can do, right? Okay, Jolly July. I wanted to look at some Christmas stitching. I don't have a lot of Christmas stitches. I had done Search the Skies last year, which turned out really, really fun. Right before Christmas, I was working on the Lizzie Kate and To All a Good Night Santa, the one with him holding the cup of hot chocolate. That one turned out really well. I need to fully finish it. But I don't have a lot of Christmas pieces, so I thought for the first time I could do Jolly July and get some Christmas stitching done. And the first one I pulled out is pretty non-traditional as far as Christmas goes, but it's all about, has a Christmas tree. And it has the word love. So if you turn it on its side, is the word love. So what I have selected for this is just a piece of 28 count Irish linen and one of the DMC Floss Variations, or variations that they call them. It's just the Christmas red, green, and white. So that's for the Love Tree Ornament by M Designs. I don't have an order to these yet for when I want to stitch them, but I need to make a plan because it's almost July. June was really a crazy month. We had a lot going on. Won't even get into the details because if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. So, okay, my little Christmas village. Let me see what they're called. a Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday I stitched last year. And I believe this is Mushroom Lugana, but maybe not. I don't know. It looks like Mushroom Lugana. It was before I was keeping track. But this turned out really cute. This fabric will hold some more pieces, but not all of them. So at first I was just thinking I would stitch them individually. Now I'm wondering if I shouldn't stitch them all in one piece. This was one of the very first pieces that I got. The Classic Color Works called for colors, like for the truck and for the trees, and I noticed that it made such a big difference over DMC that I really liked that. So I'm using some of the called for colors on these other ones and then subbing some Victorian Motto flosses in as well. And the other ones I got the Bookstore because I love to read. Got the train. I love trains. We have a bunch out here where I live and I love to watch them go by. The filling station. This is actually Pops's filling station. Pops is what my grandson calls my husband. So we had to get that. In fact, I'll probably, when I do this one, I'll probably go ahead and put Pops's filling station on there. It's in the title, but not in the actual pattern, but I think I'll go ahead and add that to the pattern. Mercantile. We owned stores when I was growing up, so Mercantile has a place in my heart. This one is a coffee shop. No explanation needed. I love my coffee. And then there's my tree pattern in case I decide to stitch it again. I was really glad that I made a working copy on this one. So if I decide to stitch it again, I can use this pattern. So now I just need to decide how I'm going to do it and if I'm going to stitch them all in one or individually. I may just do individual. I pulled out another, some other fabric that I thought was close, but it's not an exact match. But I've got this fabric. I have a lighter fabric that was left over. I think this was a platinum. So I don't know. I figure as long as they're the same size, the fabric, the background might be a little bit different. That might be okay. But still thinking. Still have a little bit of time before July. Not much. Another one that I have is from New York Dreamer. This is called Merry Christmas. And it's just the alphabet, but then the C is big for Christmas, the M is big for Merry. And I just picked 28 count Monaco and the called for colors, just DMC. So it's 321, 904, and then the white. So that's Merry Christmas by New York Dreamer. Okay, something brand new. Okay, my computer is getting hot. It doesn't like this Texas sunshine. It's supposed to get up to 100 degrees today. It's in the 80s, but it's already hot here on the patio. So I need to hurry. I also grabbed a Dimensions kit, and it's a plastic canvas ornaments, but I love the vehicles. You know, we're campers. I love trucks, and I just thought this was a fun one. It came with the plastic canvas and with the wires for hanging and all the floss. So I thought I might do that. I haven't stitched with plastic canvas before. Thought that might be fun to try some of those pieces. And then along the same lines, at Joann's last year, I picked up a couple of little ornaments. And they're little Santa and a snowman. And they come with all the floss and the plastic canvas as well. So I think I might do that also. So a little bit of my Jolly July plans. Not sure exactly what else I'll be doing or what order I will do it, but I will be sure and share that with you guys. And I just want to thank you for hanging out with me and for commenting, for liking, for subscribing. I appreciate you very much. It's so much fun to have our community, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for spending time with me. I know this one was short, but just wanted to touch base and say hi before we start our July. So until next time, bye y'all.